And congrats on the new season of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. I want to know, for the fans, what would you say were the biggest struggles for you as a couple this season that everybody's going to see?
I think Georgie and I have gone through a lot in this season. I think, a little bit of the good, the bad, the ugly. I think the viewers are going to see new sides of us and have some, question marks, happily ever after question mark. But, I think there's definitely different communication styles, and there needs to be a little bit more transparency on both our ends, throughout the season and somewhat now still. So, yeah, I think the viewers are going to be excited to continue to tune in to see what happens.
I think you guys are a fan favorite couple from the season, so I know everybody's really excited to follow you guys along.
Well, hopefully after the season we're still fan favorite couple because there's so much to see, and new things, always is new things in our relationship, and especially in this season as well. Going to Bulgaria, first time for Darcey, meeting my parents, and for me too, it's feeling like it's my first time because the last time I was there was 13 years ago. So it's a lot of emotions, up and downs,
and new places to see.
So it's a lot of drama down the road and funny moments as well.
Yeah. And was it nerve-wracking for you after 13 years to go back home?
Yes, in general, even if I was going by myself in Bulgaria after 13 years, it's going to be nerve-wracking. Especially, I haven't seen my family, my sister, my niece, my nephew, all of the family I haven't seen. So many changes in the last 13 years. And now going with Darcey, it's, sometimes with her, the things when you're somewhere, they never get easier. So
thanks. I was going to say a lot of anticipation because 13 years was a long time for him to see his family. But, I was always grateful to be a part of that journey with him. And it's something that he was looking forward to and we both have talked about and was looking forward to greatly. As a great family, I just think that a lot of the anxiety that he was having with me wanting to change a version of myself was maybe a reflection of what was going on in his, heart, in his spirit. So, you guys will see a little bit of that journey as well in those discussions.
I want to know, Darcey, what was going through your mind leading up to that meeting?
I had a lot of feelings. Actually, I initially was so excited to go, and I think over time, Georgie was having, moments of him feeling like I'm not going to impress his family, maybe because it's my age. I feel like there was some insecurities there. And then I started getting insecure because, listen, I've been to Europe a lot. My daughters are half Hungarian. I've been to Hungary. I've been around other European cultures. So I'm a very, open and loving, woman, and I embrace family and cultures. So I get excited about that. That's when I'm in rare form, and I just I feel that's just the best part of me. But I started getting a little anxiety and worrying a lot because I felt like maybe I need to change myself in order for his family to like me. And that's not really the person I feel like I need to be. I think they should love me for who I am.
But also there's a lot of expectations on me from my family because I have been away for 13 years. And for them, they want to see what I have accomplished. And they put so much pressure on me. And that's why I was so nervous. I wanted everything to be perfect, at least for the first day.
Yeah. Well, I think whenever you bring someone home for the first time to your family, it's nerve-wracking in general, and you want everything to go perfect.
Absolutely.
So.
And the funny part is, actually, I'm 37, 38, but that's the first woman I'm bringing home to my parents to introduce to my family. So better later than never.
Well, you should know your age when you're saying I'm halfway there.
Well, yeah.
At 50.
I'm almost there too.
Yeah, it's a big deal when you bring someone home, especially for the first time.
Yes.
Now, Darcey, you changed up your look a little bit, to a toned down, eyelash for the trip. Was there anything else that you considered changing before that?
Honestly, toning down for me, the lashes was a big deal. I did not the bling nails. I just did a simple French manicure nail, not as long as I usually do when I'm in Miami, but I'm kind of transformational in different parts when I travel. I'm different in Connecticut than I am in Miami, and I'm different in Europe when I go travel, with him to see his family, or with Stacy when I go, abroad. So I feel like I'm like a chameleon like that. I can adjust to different cultures and be around different people. So that's not so difficult for me. I just feel like I wanted to respect his culture and his family and him, to tone down in a respectful way. And I always kind of dress classy when I go to Europe anyway, so I felt like I would fit right in. And, obviously I like to wear, I'm short and petite, so I don't like big baggy stuff, when I travel overseas. It's, a lot to pack. So when I'm flying on the plane, the scene you see with me in the cat suit and my, kind of little boobalicious there, but it's compression for the airplane, and I wasn't going to necessarily wear that around his family unless I had like an oversized sweater or a nice blazer over it, as I like to layer my clothes.
I watched the journey in coming to the decision to, do a different eyelash. Why was the eyelashes the thing that you decided to let's
I feel like,
those?
the first thing a person sees is your eyes or your smile, and I feel like you can't really take the crowns and veneers off, so I'll just go a little short on the lashes. I love my L-shape, cat eye lashes. I just feel like it gives me, a beautiful eye when I don't have lashes. Mine are kind of like bare and thin. I am 50, so there are things, that I,
definitely help
have to
a lot.
maintain. So the lashes, I compromised and did like a smaller set. I didn't do the mega, Darcey volume. I did the conservative, eyelash.
And they look beautiful.
Thank you.
They look gorgeous.
Yeah, definitely help a lot in the situation. Yeah, for sure.
And what did you think when she had new lashes?
For me, it's the same. Like, it's
look
just
the same?
look the same for me. It's just little different that you cannot really.
You don't really look at my eyes then, because I usually have them really long.
Men
like
don't
spiders.
notice these things.
I
They
guess
never
not.
notice these things. You could chop like 3 inches off and they'll be like,
Yeah, and
it
you-
looks the same.
Exactly.
When you wear like your boobs is halfway out.
Oh, you notice my boobs, not my eyes.
No, I'm saying like
Okay.
when your boobs is halfway out, nobody gonna look at your eyes or eyelashes in general. They
I
look
don't
down
mind if
there.
you look at my boobs, baby.
Now, Georgie, I know that you said you haven't told your family much about the relationship at the point that we are in the season. Why did you go that route? Are you just more reserved with your relationships?
Yeah, in general, that's how I grew up. I don't talk too much with my parents about my relationship. And in general, I don't want to stress them out. They live their own life. They're older too. They have their own issues. So, and in general, in our culture, sharing, for more common is for a girl to call their mom or their parents to talk about their relationship, but for a man to call and to cry about their relationship, even when we have issues, is kind of it's not acceptable. It's kind of weakness. So of course, when they ask how we are, I always tell we're good. I don't want to go deep and talk about our problems in general because I don't want to worry them. They worry for me anyway every day, so I don't want to put extra stress on them. And yeah, but the point was, she say you never talk about relationship with never tell them that you're happy, but also I never tell them that I'm sad in the relationship, right? So it's
I just feel like I wasn't a big topic. Our relationship wasn't such a big topic. They knew of me over the years and stuff, and they were always very gracious and sweet. I didn't speak to them all the time. He would usually talk to them separately when I wasn't around, but obviously there's a language barrier, but it's okay. I don't mind just sitting there waving hi, blowing a kiss, saying, love you too. There's easy words to say.
And also the language barrier, the language barrier is hard for them to communicate.
Well, you have apps now
But
and
also the hours difference between United States and Bulgaria is like, I don't talk with them that much lately because the time when I work every day, the time when I'm free, they sleep, the time when I'm free. So it's like, sometimes we're just texting, how are you, everything is good, it's fine. We don't go to deep conversations. So that's another reason I don't really talk too much about our relationship and how I'm doing.
Well, it's hard to communicate with time differences. I
Definitely.
have family in Italy, and it's hard to communicate,
Right.
Yeah.
with that many hours difference. Now, what is it about your relationship that keeps drawing you guys back together? Because obviously we've been on this journey with you guys, from Darcey and Stacy and everything up until now. So what is it about you guys?
I feel like since we met, there was an instant bond and connection. I feel like when we met in Miami for the very first time in person, we'd already been messaging for almost a year. So that relationship, took its time and its pace. And I felt like he chased me, and I felt like I could lean back. And it's really amazing when he's like, we're in that part, like, I'm in my feminine energy and he's in his masculine energy. I think a lot of the rocky moments was when the roles got reversed a little bit. And I just, I want to feel I'm in a relationship where I feel safe and heard, and loved. There's a lot of love there, but I just like it manifests more when we're in the right roles. I am older, I get it. At times during COVID, I had to work and, take care of a lot of things to help support us. But now, he's working and that's great. He's providing as well. I just, I think we keep coming back because it feels right, and we love each other. It's worth fighting for at the end of the day.
Definitely we love each other. That's what keep us to keep fighting for the relationship. Yeah. And that's what we're fighting sometimes too. But in general, it takes time because we both have strong personalities, and we both go through a lot in life. We both been hurt a lot. So sometimes it's hard to open and to trust another person. And it's hard to find the balance of the communication between us.
Right.
And we're still trying to find the roads. We have a lot of progress, but we're still trying to find the perfect, to understand each other, to talk to each other, to be patient to each other. Still working on it.
I think the best moments are when we're both very vulnerable with each other and being able to lean back and really listen to each other and hear each other. So there's a lot of love there and a lot of hope for the future.
What was it, about Darcey that you were like,
Missing? Yeah, when we break up, actually.
No, like when we first met, right? Like
when we first met.
Yeah.
When we first met, we talked for a while.
No, but what made you like? I want to know this too, because I don't think I've ever asked you. Like, I never heard this question asked before.
When you were first chasing her, like what caught your eye?
Well, obviously I don't chase her that hard because we talked for a year until we met, so I wasn't that aggressive. I wasn't that aggressive. I let the right time to come so we can meet, because we talked for over a year before we meet in person in Miami for the Super Bowl. And but after this, when we break up, always I keep going to her because I miss, we have good connection and the bond, my best friend, my partner in life. And when I don't have family here in this country, whoever I date become my family. And it's hard when, for me, because I invest a lot in the relationship and the partner who I'm with. So that's why it's hard for me to trust people and to go deep into the relationship. And, I love her family, her kids, everybody. And for me, they're my family. So when I'm, by myself, I feel like I miss my family.
Yeah.
And she's definitely my family. I love her. So yeah, that's what keep me going. I miss all the moments we spend time together doing stuff, and the bond together that we have.
Yeah, and I want to talk a little bit about this season. There have been other couples that we've seen are facing issues. You have Tigerlily and Adnan. Like, he wants her to convert religions. What have you thought watching this season so far?
Wow, this season has definitely been a whirlwind. I'm excited to see everybody's storylines. I like how they're grouping up the Miami couples, and I feel like our story kind of stands out on alone, because we go to Bulgaria, meet Georgie's family. But, anxious and excited to continue to watch Tigerlily and Adnan. I feel like I relate to her a lot. We're moms. She's older than her partner, obviously, and I actually dated someone from Jordan back in the day, in my early 20s. Nice guy, just didn't work out. Dated a couple years, but he was Christian, so he had never got that same feeling that she's going through about feeling controlled and changing her religion and stuff. I just think he needs to let her be her and not pressure her into anything if that's what he's trying to do. I know they have amazing family and child, but he's still young. He has a lot of growing up to do.
Yeah. Do you have any advice for them?
Listen to each other, just give each other that space and that, want and need to grow for yourselves and then come together as one. I feel like if she's going to convert to, Islam, she needs to do it for herself and not for him.
And generally the men in these cultures, I guess they're like a little bit over, I don't want to say over controlling, but they're controlling. And that's what we see here pretty much. She's kind of over controlling, but I think she has strong personality, so it's very interesting to see how this is gonna go.
Yeah. They have a dynamic for sure. I mean,
And it's
I
very
hope it
strong
works.
and interesting personalities this season with all the couples. So yeah, it's a very interesting season.
Do you guys sit and watch together?
We do,
Is
yeah.
it like a date
Yeah,
night for you guys to
yeah.
sit down and watch yourselves?
we do.
Yeah, so-
Sometimes with Stacy and Florian and just kind of like, you know, view it together.
Sometimes, you know, when it's like dramatic moments, who say what, why do you say that? In the past, you know, she watching in the bedroom, I'm watching in the living room, because we want to enjoy the show, you know, like, oh, why did you say that? Why you talk like this? But now it's kind of interesting to stay together and watch together.
I want to talk about a different couple. You have Jasmine and Gino are also back. What has it been like watching them this season? Because I know that you briefly saw them at the resort, Darcey.
Yes. I personally love both Jasmine and Gino. I have, you know, I know the relationship was very difficult and it was a lot to go through. I have a soft spot for Gino. I love Jasmine. I just feel like, I mean, obviously, we all know she's had a child and children are blessings. And I feel like she's just better suited with Matt and not Gino. I feel like they just need to go their separate ways and just live their lives. You know, if they're not divorced, get divorced and just move on. I feel like it's just too much. Too much anger, animosity, blame game. It's not going to get better. It's just better just to move on and, you know, heal and be happy for yourself.
Well, I think Jasmine is very manipulative, and what I see in their relationship, you know, she want what she want, and that's it. And she tried to confuse Gino, and Gino is like getting very confused in this situation, so he cannot take it anymore, I guess.
And his new relationship with Natalie, what do you guys think about that?
You know, I'm all for it. You know, if that's what makes them happen. They look like they absolutely have chemistry and a rapport. They laugh. I don't see a lot of arguing happening. I feel like she's very level-headed and knows what she wants, and she's very, the way they communicate or the way she communicates, it's kind of, I feel like, helping him go through this, and it's almost like therapeutic, I feel, because he knows what he needs to do as well. So I'm rooting for them.
Yeah, but also always, every relationship in the beginning, when you're far away, when you talk on the phone, it's easy, it's interesting. But the time when you move together and you get more serious, that's where the challenges they come and becoming like more complicated. So it's interesting to see how far this is gonna go between them.
Right. And Darcey, how is Stacy doing? We saw so much of her relationship at the resort. Give me an update on her.
Well, since the last resort with Stacy and Florian, she's doing well. Stacy's doing well. We've been keeping busy. Her dynamic with Florian's changed a little bit, but I'll leave that for her to speak about. I feel like there's a lot, you know, to show in the future. I feel like there's a lot of love in all of our relationships. Stacy and I will always love each other. We're sisters for life. We're twins. We think alike, feel the same things at the same time. It's a special twin tuition and bond that no one else probably will understand but us. And the future's bright. You know, we're doing some fun things, working on some songs, got a new one dropping soon. And, you know, excited for what the future holds. But she's doing well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, of course. And now I want to ask, let's end on this before we get to a little game with the two of you.
Okay.
Describe the rest of this season for the fans in 3 words.
Okay. 3 words for this season would be epic, roller coaster of drama, and question mark.
Do you agree?
I agree. I mean, for a reason, is happily ever after with a question mark, because it's a question for all the couples down the road, what's gonna happen. But also, yeah, it's I can say it's the OGs, the most interesting couples, I can say, in the history of 90 Day Fiancé. And gonna be a lot of, I guess, interesting moments, fun, drama, tears, smiles, laughs, and it's interesting.